I swear it's the constant interruptions. Something is trying to keep me from speaking out about stuff, and it's getting on my nerves. Like every time I go to sit down and make a video, it's always something. I'm always being interrupted. It's interruption after interruption after interruption. If it's not technical issues like this thing saying that it's running out of storage, it's my children coming in interrupting. Like it is a battle, a challenge, but it's getting done. Um, it's some real shit. Like, and I'm tired of it. Now, I just made another video. I had to cut that because it said that the storage ran out. Oh, I didn't even put my microphone on. I'm tired of this. Stuff is getting on my nerves. It's about to make me. It's about to make me go ape shit. Now I don't even know if I'll have enough room to make the art video that I wanted to. I wanted to use. I've been in this. I've been in this energy since yesterday with the full moon and everything. First full moon, the full moon of August. Sucking in that energy, absorbing it, and it feels great. But I wanted to apply it to finishing up my designs because I'm planning to, like I said, post on the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th of each month with my artistic projects and things like that. But it's been like one thing after another. And I know for me, when challenges come up like that, I look at it as it's, for lack of better words, and I don't want to sound like one of those, new age crazy people, I don't even want to say crazy people because everybody has their own thing going on. But anyway, it's like the universe saying, okay, how bad do you want this? So when challenges arise, like it makes me want to go at it even harder. And in a way that is necessary because like I am passionate about this and I'm determined that this is going to go down because this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time and it's been just one thing after another of not having it done. But it's been challenge after challenge after challenge. And when I say, and I gotta say it, I gotta speak through my teeth because that's how it's been. It's almost like I'm starting to take it personal, and it is personal, but I'm just saying. It's almost like dealing with a person or something. It's like, you're trying to stop me, you're not gonna stop me. Yes, the craziness will come out because I really want to do this. But how I look at challenges is it's like working out, it's a challenge to work out. Shut up, don't make fun of me because I used to be nice and fit. I have slacked off, like I said, a lot of areas in my life. It's been challenge after challenge after challenge, but I'm not backing up. I'm not hiding. I'm facing it one at a time. And so far, my creative one has taken center stage for now. One of the things was I did want to lose weight before I made my videos. I wanted to present myself because it's not only about looking good, it's about you presenting yourself as someone that actually, I don't like someone that actually cares and puts time and effort into what they're promoting. They put time and effort into things. It's the same thing. Like I always use the example, if you're going to hire a personal trainer, if I'm going to pay you to make me look good, you better look good. You better look good because you're supposed to represent that. You're selling your services, and if you look like crap, but yet you're telling me that you can help me along, no, we're not having it. So that's one of the things that's holding me back because I didn't want to appear like I talk about these things and then not following up with action and taking steps towards things. So one of the things I wanted to lose weight before presenting, but at the same time, like I said, the way things are going is very organic. I feel more drawn to focusing on my creative side, releasing the valve of built up frustration inside of not creating adds to it comes shows up in the physical. There's been a lot of change. There's been a lot of things that has happened over the years. And when I was in my hermit mode, going over my journals, trying to see the patterns, pick out the patterns, trying to fit the pieces together and things like that. and now to present those, like I said, it's going to be, this is another type of journaling for me. But I wanted it to be an exploration of my creative side. I wanted to share my the way that I do things, the way I approach things, the way I perceive things, and just share a little bit on that um, as a way to keep track of my progress, where I can look back and say, okay, here's where I was then, this is where I am now, type of thing. So this is very important to me. And I have a lot of projects, like I have stuff that I've shown in my videos. A lot of my stuff you'll notice is unfinished. Now that's a two-way thing, because most of the time what I'll do is I'll start, the idea starts in the mind, then it's out on paper, and I try to get down like a base, design on paper, and then from there, from my sketchbook, I move to painting, or like acrylic painting, oil painting, watercolor painting, and it's like a progression thing. So even though my sketchbook has like a lot of unfinished drawings, they are still drawings that I plan to expand on. The same thing with my dream journals, because like I mentioned before, my spirituality and my artistic abilities are intertwined. So you'll hear me speak out on a little bit of my spiritual experiences, and a little bit about my art and how I express those things, how I express that energy, how I channel that energy, what things I choose to focus on. Dreams are a really big thing for me. I get a lot of messages from dreams. And it's been like this for years, and I really want to elaborate on my dreams. I know some will find it entertaining, others will find messages in them. Like, you'll get to see how it unfolds, how my process unfolds, how I learn about certain things. The piece that I was supposed to be working on tonight was based on a dream. When I started the piece, it didn't start out based on a dream. It started out on a vision I had of a woman representing myself, and it was going to be the chakras, but they were going to be eyes represented with keys like coming in towards. Well, it turned out that I changed it, and now the drawing is it's still of the woman. She's kind of like looking back, and she has a mouth opened on her on the back, and there's a key going into the mouth, unlocking the throat chakra, because this is what I'm dealing with right now, my communication, how I'm expressing through words with my artwork. And it stemmed back to a dream that I had spoke about in the video that I'll be a couple of videos that I'll be posting. But it was this it was this appendage of this eyeball. It was like a tentacle eyeball on my head, and it was one of my guides speaking through my dreams. And I speak a little bit on that too, like how I differentiate. Through the years, I've been able to differentiate astral projection, a regular average dream, and a dream that has a message for me. They feel different. They come across as different. There's a lot of saturated emotion in them when I have these dreams that have the spiritual messages in them. And then they're also accompanied by confirmations in my waking hours, synchronicities, different songs playing, coming across information that relates back to the dream. So that's what I go on. I don't jump at the first. Sometimes like I said, it depends on what comes to mind, what accompanies that in my waking hours, how I get the message. Most people, like I had spoken in my other video about it was a dream about pregnancy, and most people will jump on, oh yeah, it could be foretelling a pregnancy and everything. And it could have been, because like I said in that video, it did happen a year before I had my daughter that I had this dream about pregnancy. But for me, it didn't feel like an actual physical pregnancy. It was more along on the spiritual thing, and more having to do with my creativity and birthing my creations, bringing light to my creations, bringing light to my process, type of thing. So they're usually very intimate. I know there's a lot of saturation in the whole energy of intimacy when dealing with spirits and stuff like that. And some people, I guess, like, they take it at base value, and it's not. It's a deeper thing than that, because your energies are merging. The same thing when you have an intimate partner. You're not just it's not just in the physical. It's soul energy merging. It's mental energy merging. It's a whole lot that goes into it. That's why people say be careful who you hook up with, because you're hooking you're getting all their baggage. You know, for lack of better words, you're getting all their stuff. You know, and it can stick to you and it can affect you. So you want to be careful who you unite with. It's the same thing with spirits. It's a lot of things that, and it's like I tell my girls, you know, spirits are just like people in a way that some people like you, some people aren't going to like you. It is what it is. Some people you're going to get along with, some people you're not going to get along with. That's life. That's how things are. We're here to experience, we're here to explore. It's good to keep an open mind to things, and it's also good to filter what you're bringing into your world and what you choose to connect with. A lot of my spirits, it is very intimate for me. It comes on the energy of intimacy, and that's one way of connecting. So I don't go against like when people say, "Oh, it's not just about this, you know, this intimacy energy that you get from them. They're not here to be used and stuff like that." No, I don't see it like that. And I agree, like they're not just here for that, but a lot of times they connect on that level because it's a strong tie, it's a strong current, it's a strong energy. They're going to feed on that. Same thing with anger. It's if you take a look at music, what is it usually about? It's usually about relationships, pain, hurt, or anger. And these are human emotions. These are the energies that we're giving off. So that's what they're feeding on, you know. That's what they connect to. That's how they unite with us through that way. And also, I said, like I was saying before, it's a blending of energies. It's an intercourse of energies. It's a saturation, an intimacy of these energies as you're coming into contact with this being, with this force. Some people, everybody looks at it differently. They look at it as some people see it as a personification of a force. Some people just see it as a force. Some people see it as a part of themselves. For me, it is, from my experience, they exist on their own, but they do have ties within you, that's things within you that, you know, cause those energies to connect and click. Um, it's very detailed, and each person is their own individual, and you're going to have your own individual experience with it. You'll find others that have had like the same type of experience. Like I like reading other people's stories, and I like to see, you know, oh, okay, so they're feeling it the same way I am, or it's very similar to this person, but I don't need that. Like I know through my experiences that this is what it is. And some people get a little bit tied up into, you know, if you're not doing it the way that they do it, you know, and that can be a good and bad thing too, because, okay, if you're doing it the way that they suggest to do it, they're telling you this because they've worked with this spirit for a while. So they're telling you to try it this way. See if it works for you. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You find some other way. The same thing with connecting with different types of spirits. Some will connect, others will be standoffish, just like people. You know, you feel around, you experience, and like I said, you take that step. Um, and you see where it goes, and change is constant, so you're always changing. It's like dance partners. That's what I had said in one reply to a video that says, like, it's like dance partners. You know, you dance for a while and then you switch partners. You come back to that partner, you stay with that partner for a while, but you learn, you get something out of the experience. You learn about yourself. You learn about deeper aspects of yourself. That spirit is there to draw those things out of you. And my art is one way that I express some of the things that I've experienced. And like I was referring to my dream of the the tentacle coming out of my head with the eyeball. It was a really intense dream, and like like I said, the entity, I'm keeping a lot of, like, I will reveal, you know, my entities that I work with, but I plan on doing that in a certain way. I know here I am with my certain way of doing things and how I want to present, but I really do. I want to take the time to make a video dedicated to that particular entity. Right now, we're just covering a broad range of things. But yeah, in that dream, there was one section I go to look in the mirror and I realize that I have this connection, and I'm like, what is this? And in the dream, my husband is there and he's staring off into the distance. And I come up to him and I'm like, you got to help me. I was like, look what I have. I'm like, and it just came just clearly. He's like, he can't help you. I was like, okay. then I was, then it, I knew, I felt who the energy was, but he did give his name. And I understand, you know, and then I woke up and it was another dream that I was that I had, same entity, and it was even more so because when I woke from that dream, that was the dream of the it was a triangular white room, stark white. It had a fireplace and it had a bed, and it was an intimate session with this being, and my arms became marked from like my hands up to my elbows with these elaborate designs, and they were like liquid fire. It was really really cool. Like it was like a crystallized liquid, almost like lava, but it was hard just because it was like metallic looking. It was beautiful, and the farther I left from the room, that's when the pain started. Like when I was in the room and everything was going on, there was no pain. There was just these elaborate markings, and then as I got farther away, and it happened in my, you'll hear me mention my grandmother's old house in Philly. A lot is tied to that house, and that house had a lot of spiritual activity in it. But it was in that house, but it was a triangular white room. As I wake up from this dream, what woke me up from this dream was a ping from a Reddit entry, someone asking about the same entity. Because I remember when I woke up, I saw the ping and I just saw the name go across my phone, and I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. Like it really, it. I get tickled as much as I experience I have had, and over the years, I still get tickled in a way because I feel very passionate towards this stuff, and to have everything like line up like that, it's like I'm like, damn, like on point with stuff. So if I sound a little giddy and like a little kid, like that's why I do still get excited. That is my little kid side, my inner child. Um, but it's a wonderful experience, and it's a lot of little details, and to be sensitive to picking up on the messages, because a lot of times, you know, I read these articles and stuff and people are like, oh, you know, how can I connect, how can I do, a lot of times it's because we're not tuned in to the frequency and we're not paying attention. It's kind of like that thing when you tell somebody, like for instance with my little girls, I'll tell them, you know, go in here and get me this, it's on the top shelf to the left, and it could be right in front of their face and they look right past it. And it's a lot of times that's what happens with the communication with spirit and everything. It's like it's right there, but we tend to overlook it. And I've even as much as experience I've had, I still have those moments where I'm like, it's like, oh, I didn't get it, or you know, oh, that went over my head. But it always comes back around, and then I'll be like, oh my goodness, I see, and then I'll be reminded of the pattern that I picked up and that I missed and stuff like that. So it's very interesting, and I think it'll make for good conversation. Like I said, I'm using this as like a vlog, journal my process, so that way I can look back and say, you know, like I said, how far have I come? And then my daughters, when they're of age, I share stuff with them, but I keep, you know, I don't share everything because I share to an appropriate level of their understanding. But yes, this will be something that I can reference. And it's a step in the direction to keep me with daily practice of being creative, because in the past I was very active with drawing and painting and stuff. I had more time, of course, and then over the years, you know, we tend to like slack off and other things take priority, and then we let things that was our that brought us joy kind of fall to the wayside, and then we wonder why we're depressed and anxious and everything, because we're not where we should be. We're not doing the things we should be doing. So it's very important. And just noticing that because, even just speaking out on mental health and things like that, I'm not an expert. I have not, in my youth, I was evaluated, and I was evaluated as being gifted. I didn't even know, like, someone just recently told me that that's when you're considered gifted, it's considered on the spectrum. I don't know if it's the autism spectrum because they didn't go into detail, but they were just like, oh, that's considered on the spectrum. And I'm like, no, I didn't know. A lot has changed since I've been in school. I'm kind of full score and 70 years ago. But yeah, a lot had changed. Information changes. It's you gotta keep up and everything. But like I said, I have mentioned I have been in hermit mode, and you'll hear me reference it as Ursa's cavern, Ursa's the Great Bear, my bear cave. You'll hear me say, "I'm a bear cave. I've become a bear." Went from cougar to bear. I might post some of my pictures of when I was thinner. Um, but yeah, now it's like mama bear mode, and I'm like, I want to get back into getting fit because that's something very important. We should always be ready. You never know when things are going to switch and change directions, and you should always keep yourself at a certain level, that you'll be able to handle whatever's thrown your way. And it starts mentally, like I said, from the mental to physical, and speaking out a little bit on like depression and things like that. When you're not where you're supposed to be, when you're not doing what you're supposed to, that's when all that stuff sets in. And it is a struggle because what happens is when you keep giving in to that, it just becomes another habit. And the next thing you know, you got one habit on top of another. And what you want to do is replace that with better habits that's going to better you and invigorate you and things like that. So that's the process that I'm in right now by doing these videos and things. It's something to push myself in the right direction, record my development, record my progress, and hopefully inspire and help somebody else. I will try to keep my videos short, but a lot of times, like the whole process it takes time, and I know people have other things to do with it, have other things to do with their time and everything. But I plan on posting videos as is, and then I will be going back to edit and make better videos. So, like I said, it's a whole little project of this is how it started, this is how it's going to end type of thing. So that's what I'm working towards. I will try to keep my videos between 30 minutes to an hour. Some of my art videos are an hour, but I will cut them down and try to make shorter versions, like speed up the time type of thing. So you can see the development. What's bothering me the most right now is that I have a couple of videos. I have videos on my artwork that I did like while in college, like artwork throughout the years. But then I have videos that I haven't quite finished. Like I said, my stuff is in transition right now. So what I was trying to do by this time, the ninth full moon, I wanted to bring those things to completion, but it did not turn out that way. So I will probably post some of my material. I know it was one drawing I was doing, like this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, look, it's shadow. And remember, this is amateur hour. I am new to the video editing and things like that. Oh, got my tarot cards sticking to it. I did a pull, so that's what you're seeing. You're seeing my cards. But this drawing right here, I'm probably going to post the beginnings of that for today, along with this video. I wanted to start off with, what do they call it, faceless videos, only because like I want my focus to be my art, even though I'm talking and things in the background, but I wanted to do like a reveal thing. Like I had this whole thing going on, and I still can do that because like I said, I have a lot of projects going on, and it'll be a progression. Like you'll see the progression of change over time. But I really wanted to do like a reveal type of thing. But since I'm allowing it to be organic, it's going to be some of everything. but then you'll get to see the process. You'll get to see, I'm even going to post some of my blooper videos. I have some videos of me going over my art journals, like, but it's bad because like the camera angle, my phone wouldn't cooperate. Like I said, you'll see all the challenges and stuff that go on. Like I remember hearing videos of people, and they're like, you know, when you start this, it's a lot that goes into it, and it truly is, and it takes time to do the video editing and things like that. And like doing it now myself, I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, it is. It really does. It's a process. So bear with me. You'll hear me mention that a lot. You will hear things being repeated in my videos because, like I said, I'm just posting them right now without the edits and things going on. But I think with the way we are as people, you need repetition. You need to hear things over and over again because it will go in one ear and out the other. And even repeating yourself, it goes in one ear and out the other. I'm a mom, I know. And I'm a mom to my own house, and I'm a mom at work. I'm I would say, I guess I could say I'm a house mother because I work, I'm in the field of mental health. So I work with children who their life challenge is in the mental sphere. And I help them with everyday activities and things like that. And I really do enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I feel like I'm where I need to be for now. I do change a lot, but this is something that I've wanted to go into for a while because, like, when I was going to school, I was going to school for art, but I wanted to do art therapy. I wanted to help people express what they're feeling inside or communicate. Like, communication is a big thing with me. Um, and I kind of hesitate to say that because, like, so many times I'm challenged and in that area of communication. That's where my challenges lie with a lot of my stuff. But like I said, like this is why I have like I wear my tourmaline over my throat chakra to cleanse what's coming out. Like it's to help me, you know, like gather my thoughts, keep focus and things like that. But yes, I am just letting it flow for now. And like I said, you'll see the editing and things later and stuff like that. So it's going to be a bit messy. So you might be like, oh my God, she's all over the place. Oh my goodness, what is she talking about? Oh my goodness, does she even, look, is she crazy? Like I told him, I said in one of my videos, I said, is it creativity or unchecked mental illness? But you'll hear me like, you know, make jokes and stuff, but please don't get it twisted. I'm very serious about my work. I'm very serious about the things that I'm into. And even though I joke and you see smile and everything, but it's seriousness behind this face. But I do a lot of silly things to release. It's like a form of release. Like in one of my videos, I said, like one of the things that I did to get used to being on camera, I went in the bathroom and I would just make funny faces, just while out in the bathroom. I call them bathroom sessions. Usually what happens is that I record it and I send it to my best friend to make her laugh. Or I'll send it to my sisters to make them laugh. But yeah, that was one thing, like, to get used to being on camera. Because, like, sometimes the little thumbnails, I laugh because, like, in one of my videos, I'm like, I know they're going to have me, like, paused on, like, some weird looking face. But you get to choose your thumbnails. I didn't know that. But sometimes in order to get the attention, they put, you know, they'll freeze frame on something and you making some weird face or something, doing something stupid. And it does bring people in because apparently humanity loves stupid. And I kind of like fought with that a little bit because I'm like, you know, do I want to do like stupid videos, you know, just to bring people in for entertainment? I do like to entertain. But like I said, with this stuff, you'll see a little bit of like my goofiness and everything, but I'm very serious when it comes to my spirituality and my artwork. But I'm not so serious that I'm like, you know, some people, they take it, they go deep with it. But you'll get to see my personality and learn how I express. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn from each other, share things with each other. Hopefully it helps someone out. Hopefully it inspires someone. And I look to be inspired too. I see, I peruse YouTube a lot for educational videos and things like that. And every now and then I'll speak out and leave a comment. So a lot of times I won't. I'll just like the video or something. But I keep my comments in my notes. So sometimes I'll go back to my notes and share the comment, because like what I'm being shown is that I need to open up more, speak out more, because like if you don't, if you don't present or express yourself, how will people know, and like the whole thing, like judging people book, don't judge a book by its cover, but unfortunately that's one of the main ways that we are attracted is through vision, you know so you have to keep that in mind. And it goes both ways with that, because like I've had books that look awesome on the outside and then the story was crappy on the inside, and I've had ones that look just plain, just a plain title, and they end up being like some wild stuff. But at the same time, vision is our first encounter for people. I know people, people have deficiencies and stuff like that, and like handicaps, but for the most part, it's visual. Where I'm an artist, so I'm very visual, and sometimes my eyes can get me in trouble. We'll save that for another story. But yeah, I'm gonna post a couple of videos, and I'm just testing the water and see what grabs attention, what doesn't. Um, I think I'm gonna post. I have a silly video about a recent purchase I made. And I think that one will be cute. And I probably will post more about that purchase, because I think it will pull people in, because people just love cuteness. I mean, we see all these videos and stuff. And that's kind of like what snared me. Yes. Like I said, sometimes the visuals can get you in trouble. But yeah, so it's been 31 minutes, so I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this full moon night in ritual and communing with my spirits. Until next time, try to stay in the dark.